Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, CPI Day. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. It's very early in the morning, so I'm going to go through the entire broadcast. And at the end, I'm going to come back with the CPI report and see what that does to the markets. Expect a lot of volatility today. Hopefully that will work for you. Starting right now on Kitco spot price, gold right about even at 3,341 after yesterday's large sell-off, and silver up 6 cents to 37.60 again after a large sell-off yesterday. 37.60 spot on silver versus 37.71 in September futures. 37.87 in October futures. So these spreads will widen, but I can't tell you which way that will go. GSR at 88.6 and having hit a high of 91 and a recent low of 86. So we're in the top third here on the GSR at 88.6. On the 10-year yield is edging up a little bit at 4.29 as we await the inflation report, and inflation has been picking up. Estimates for inflation are a little bit higher this month, and we will see if we come in on target, low or high. Virtually anything that happens with the CPI report is going to move the Treasury market and the dollar and precious metals. All right, and the dollar is up 0.10 at 98.604, threatening to go higher, but I don't think we move back up. I think this dollar continues to move lower. We'll have to see if that's confirmed. In the copper market, copper still kind of on its back here at 4.50, up about a penny this morning, but copper, I think, is getting very, very close to an extreme buy zone. I don't think it goes lower from here. And you may want to be in that strategic metal for the long run, whether it be a tariff story or it just be a structural deficit of that very important metal. I think it comes back. Okay, platinum is up, even though gold isn't. Platinum had a sell-off yesterday as well, I believe. Let me go ahead and prove that. 5 days. Yeah, platinum yesterday hit a low of about 1306. This morning it is 1330, and gold casts a very heavy shadow on platinum. Whatever happens in the auto industry, I think platinum is going to keep moving higher. The purchase I made from bullion exchanges for platinum, they're taking their good sweet time to ship it, and they're also raising prices on that. Okay, the base metal fund, which includes zinc and lead and other things like that, is down 8 cents this morning. So that's been pretty volatile, right about 1951 at the moment, and I'm okay holding that for now. All right, and if you're worried about the gold miners, well, they didn't get hurt too badly yesterday. The GDX having been performed, what is it up like, 80% or something for the year? Let's take a 1-year chart. So from 36 to 58, you can do the math on that. But nothing is stopping these gold miners here. Not even a $50 sell-off in gold is hurting them. On the silver side, where am I? Right there. Silver miners, that's the SIL. If you're going to invest in miners at all, and it is a very, very dangerous place to invest because sometimes the top comes off and you get hurt badly. So I'd suggest smaller bets here, but the basket of silver miners is probably the way to go. And again, that got pulled down, but it is still pretty hot. Let's check the 1-year return on the SIL, and it is up from 32 to 53. Look at that. And that is got to be like a once-in-a-decade move. Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful chart there, coming off the bottom like a champ. People say when you buy silver and gold miners, you want to buy them when they're depressed, not when they're running. I don't know about that. You do what you do. I just hold a small basket of all of those, and I like to play with those, but I would not put a lot of money in miners personally. All right, and let's get on to the economic calendar. That is what's going on today, and we will have an FIB Optimism Index, Consumer Price Index at 8:30 Eastern. You'll get that at the end of this video. We got the year over year, the core year over year, and then we got Tom Barkin, Fed head speaker. We got Jeff Schmidt, Kansas City Fed president, and the federal budget. Okay, so that's going to be the big news as the CPI. And we'll just have to see how that rolls. Did tariffs raise inflation? Or is it still moving through the system? There have been a lot of delays in a lot of the tariffs. But when we get done with all this, general tariffs for U.S. importers, okay, that is us paying those tariffs, are going to be higher than they used to be, which results in a value-added tax to U.S. consumers and hurts the little guy more than the big guy. But we'll see how CPI comes in. There are also some there's some regression as well on the CPI as the home price component of CPI is dropping, and oil, as you know, is looks like it's headed into a downtrend here. So there are forces bringing CPI down as well, and we'll have to see which one wins. In the pre-market today, it's pretty much flat. We are in the greed index at 58 on the fear greed index. Dow futures down 9, S&P down 3, NASDAQ down 7. I believe we had a sell-off yesterday. And let's check the canary in the Bitcoin mine. And Bitcoin down 283 at 118,534. So everything is right about the middle of its range, and waiting to see what happens today. Extreme volatility, that is the case. Okay, and I'm on the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. Welcome all new subscribers, members, and people just stopping by. Good to have you here. You can click along the same links in my website to find out how these prices move throughout the day. I start off very early in the morning trying to find the best prices I can find anywhere on the internet, and then hand it off to you. I am sponsored by no bullion dealers, but they have tried. Okay, and the question of the day is, I saw a video from Brian Vermillion yesterday talking about the junk market getting even weaker. Junk silver constitutional 90%, however you roll with that. So the question is, if the junk silver market gets even worse, and you know it's horrible if you walk into your coin shop and they try to charge you anything over spot for junk, you're probably in the wrong coin shop. But, you know, the buyback prices are horrific at the big dealers. I'm talking $3 back a spot. And possibly getting worse, according to Brian. He says the refiners have got enough of it. They're really full, and you can watch his video to get what he really said. But he may be lowering his buy price, and the refiners may not want as much of it. Have they got too much? Are people selling too much junk silver right now? Of course, there's a massive amount of junk silver out there in the secondary market, and the refiners have been melting it, but probably more and more 999 silver getting sent to the refiner. Maybe they don't want to mess around with the junk. Maybe they're at capacity. But I don't know, and I don't even know if those stories are true. But the question is, if junk silver gets even cheaper on the buy side and on the sell side, in other words, you won't be able to sell it. You buy it and you got to hold it waiting for a turnaround in the market. Will you continue to buy junk silver? That is the question. Let's get on to the deals and let's move. Okay, everything is very similar to yesterday, just cheaper. A 1/100th gold bar is 43 bucks at 43 bucks. Yeah, I guess that's the right price over at SD Bullion. We got a 1/10 gold, 1 gram gold in assay at 128 at APMEX. I won't go through all of these. Let's do a 1/10 gold eagle. We've got 365 at Monument Metals. And moving to a 1/4 ounce gold eagle. Safe Haven Metals, whom I've never bought from, is $8.83 for that quarter-ounce gold eagle. Better prices on eBay lately. A $5 commemorative U.S. sovereign coin, 0.241 ounce of gold, is $8.29 at Provident Metals. Moving up to a half-ounce gold eagle, $17.23 at Safe Haven Metals. And the half-ounce Krugerrand at Bullion Exchanges, $17.02. We have got the big proof gold set is even cheaper today. Very, very nice. 6,376 at Monument Metals. You can buy that all day long, and the gold story is not over, not by a long shot. Moving on to a Krugerrand, they say it's below spot. It's actually not, but it's 33.55 at Bullion Exchanges, and it's even a brilliant uncirculated one. Buy that all day long, and your buy-sell spread will be excellent, probably 2%. And you want to pay attention to that buy-sell spread because that's going to generate the profit or loss on when you buy and sell. So buy from the lowest dealer you can find, the best coin, best price, and sell at the dealer that pays the most. That is how you generate your best buy-sell spread, and you don't need to stick with one dealer. And also check out your local coin shop. Of course, you got to have one of those. Okay, gold below spot is all going to be what? We got the Krugerrand. That's a good deal. We got some messed up sovereigns. How much below spot? Oh God, I don't even want to do the math, nor do I even want British sovereigns, not here in America. Let's see, we got new customer spot deals. We've got gold at spot deals. Here's the gold in assay. 33.80 over at Bullion Exchanges. They say gold is 33.57, and Kitco is probably less than that. Kitco gold is 33. Sorry about that, 33.44 at the moment. Okay, moving on. Platinum Eagle, maybe a little cheaper today. These are discontinued. 14.35 for a Platinum Eagle. If you're collecting platinum, if you're just buying a random platinum bar, you can pick that up for 14.37. Well, I'd get the Platinum Eagle at that price. Did they raise the price on me here? How about a platinum coin? Sovereign platinum coin, 14.46. Well, geez Louise, that Platinum Eagle is looking like the deal. BU random Platinum Eagle, 14.35. Those are collectible, and I don't know. You may want that. That is pretty good. Okay, let's keep going here. And here is the thing that I bought. I keep telling you about 25 1-gram platinum bars in assay from Bullion Exchanges, and they're sitting on their thumbs. I don't know why they're not shipping that to me. Let's go on to skip the gold backs and go to a Silver Eagle. I still like this deal because now they may be tarnished according to them, but they will be uncirculated. So will they be brilliant? No, they're probably going to be tarnished, uncirculated, but you might get some back dates. So I kind of like that any quantity pricing. $40.97 over at Provident Metals. I never shop there anymore since they were bought by JM Bullion and ruined. Call Eagles this morning at Bullion Exchanges, 40.16. I'd get those uncirculated tarnished Eagles first. My green light is on. I see no reason to take my green light off. And, well, let's see some fireworks here. I think any dips that happen would be bought. I got no worries about gold and silver right here. Let's see, moving on to the stories of the day. This is really interesting, and it's going to give you a little bit of FOMO. I suggest you not act on that FOMO. You don't jump over to eBay and pay too much for something which could be a fake story. But here it goes, and this is what kind of makes collecting silver interesting, silver and gold. And I just kind of love the drama here. Maybe you do too. Maybe you just stack Silver Eagles and sleep well at night. But this is from Reading Room, okay, published by Louis Galino, well, he is a trusted author. A Black Swan for the Libertad series, published June 2nd. People have been talking about this for a while. I just dug into it thanks to a subscriber that told me that eBay prices are going wild for the 2025 reverse proof Libertad. They have not released yet. I don't know where people are getting these coins from. They're not at the dealers. Some of the dealers have some bookmark page for the 25 libs. I think it's a little early, isn't it? Anyway, it says the largest U.S. distributor of Mexican Libertad coins told the reading room that the iconic coin series will face a Black Swan event in 2025. In financial terms, a Black Swan event is rare, unpredictable, blah, blah, blah. This time, the term refers to the Banco de Mexico's decision to drastically limit the mintages of all silver Libertad versions in 2025, levels that will stun most collectors and silver bullion investors. Until now, such low numbers were reserved for collector pieces like proofs. Excuse me. Compounding the surprise, no gold Libertads will be minted in 2025. Holy moly. That's like a cowbell ringing right there. Pat Stovall of Lois and Don Bailey and Sons Numismatic recently shared this information. His mother, Lois Bailey, I think Don Bailey is dead. Yeah, late Don Bailey, are among the most respected experts on Mexican coinage. Well, why don't you have an article on your website about it then? Because I looked. Stovall describes the perfect storm behind the historically low 2025 mintages. It began with economic and market uncertainty, which tightened the coin market over the past 2 years compared to the pandemic era when sales were stronger. Silver remains popular but has trailed gold. At the same time, many buyers have less discretionary income, blah, blah, blah. Here is a complete unprecedentedly low 2025 mintages shared here publicly for the first time. Okay, I've never seen this done before, and when it has been done before, it's usually been erroneous. But here we go. Brilliant uncirculated Libertads. Well, they're saying they've left off the thousands, obviously. The 5 ounce, 200,000. The 2 ounce, 200,000. The 1 ounce, 300,000. The half ounce, 100,000. The quarter ounce, 100,000. The 1/10, 200,000. The 1/20th, 200,000. The proof, well, you just have to decide if you think they've left off the trailing zeros or not. They say the proofs are limited to 300 and 400, the reverse proofs to 600 and 300. The 5 coin proof Libertad sets, 150 sets. Let's see, as for 2025, 1 ounce BU, Stovall believes it could command thousands, possibly 5,000 to 8,000 or higher in Mint State 70. Okay, well, they're clearly saying that there are only going to be 300 1-ounce Libertads released in 2025. I think this is fake news, and I don't know, because why would you even bother unless you were just going to give them to dignitaries, and they'll never come up for sale on the big bullion websites. They'll just, if they get any, they'll grab them and stash them. I don't believe the story. I just don't believe the story. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so there you go, and you've got the FOMO and you got the link. You decide what you want to do with that. If prior year Libertads start exploding in price, I would sell them. Okay, let's keep going here. A silver maple, that was something, huh? $39 over at Hero. And a kangaroo is, again, at Safe Haven, 40.56 at Safe Haven Metals. A Britannia is 40.46 at Hero Bullion. A Krugerrand is 40.23 over wherever that was. And a Philharmonic is 39.92 at Summit Metals. Everything's BU unless I say otherwise. By the way, I've also heard stories about the summit, with Putin and Trump coming up, and how, it could destroy gold prices. Guys, ignore it. Just ignore it. I think some of that move has already been priced in, and you could actually see the exact opposite happen. I really don't fear a gold sell-off like we had with copper. Let's keep moving here. 5-ounce Libertads, did they raise the price on those? Nope, you can still get them for 226. So that tells you again that story may be false. Why wouldn't the price of prior year Libertads be going up at the dealers if they believed that? Do I have a 1-ounce lib on here? 1-ounce Libertad. What can you get that for? 46.77. Again, that story does not ring true to me. It's too early in the year. I don't doubt the people who've published it, but I think there could be misinformation coming out of the Mexican mint. Why aren't prices going up? If they're going up on eBay, that may be a different story. But the dealers know what's going on. Let's see. And Sacagawea, there are more up this morning. And I think people are returning these. The aftermarket is really lingering. And I've got mine, and it was beautiful. I'll show you. I'll do an unboxing after a while. But I'm very disappointed in this coin at the present time, and I think people are just returning them. If you don't, there are dealers paying over ask for them, over release price for them, and you can return anything to the U.S. Mint for any reason within a few days of getting it. So if you're unhappy you bought it, just send it on back. It'll cost you whatever, $5 to ship it back. Let's see. Well, maybe more if you're worried about shipping. Anyway, let's go on to coming in August, the sunflower. I like that. I like the silver, even though it's not a coin. I think though all the drama about coin versus metal is completely overblown and just stops you guys from buying hot coins. So I think it's completely irrelevant whether it's a metal or a coin. There'll be a few less buyers of a metal over a coin. It is quite strange how the silver is not designated. Hold on, let's look at this. I'm killing time here till I get to the CPI release. Here is the silver medal, and I think this will sell out. Probably not on day one, but take a look at this. It is, of course, they're putting the... Why isn't that coming up? They're putting the designer... Now, why do they have two different privies here? Maybe it's a dual designer. I wish they hadn't started doing that. Who cares who these designers are? They aren't all that talented, honestly. But look at that. Okay, let's get to the back. No 999 designation. What is right? Here's more little CRPs and FCs and Philadelphia Mint, obviously. But no 999 designation. It's only a metal, so doesn't have a face value. But what's up with that? What are they thinking over there? They think that they don't have to put the fineness on their precious metals anymore. Is there a story about that? They obviously tell you it's 999, so it clearly is. Everybody will know it's 999, but why in the world are they doing that? I don't get it. Okay, let's move forward. Let's go to Costco. And what's up at Costco? They probably dropped their prices, so maybe a really good deal this morning. $34.09 for a gold pamp bar and executive club membership, and a 2% rebate credit card will get you 4% off on that, and you will be under spot on gold. I'd buy that all day long right now. And I like the Rand bar. I like the Rand bar better personally. Silver bar is $4.09, and that'll be out the door closer to $39. A little pricey on that bar. Let's go on to junk, and here is the junk is cheap and maybe getting cheaper. 26.8 times face over at Monument. In a large lot, it is 26.6 times face over at Bullion Exchanges. If you're buying junk, if you're going to spit in the eye of the refiners and say, yeah, that's what it is today, but what will it be tomorrow? Yeah, you know about that. The Mercs are a pretty good deal as well. Let's say that 5-ounce bar at spot deal sold out. In a quantity of 20, you can get some good old Buffaloes for $39 over at bullion.com. The 10-ounce Scottsdale bar remains cheap at $3.99. Remember, Scottsdale will buy back their silver at $1 under spot. Okay, making Scottsdale it's really a nice outfit. Really, really nice outfit. Here you're paying $2 over or something, and they'll pay you $1 under. That makes your buy sell spread $3. We probably ought to stop talking in dollars now, because $3 over $40 silver is what is that? I don't know. Let me do 3 divided by 40. 3 divided by 40. That would make your buy sell spread 7.5%. Call it 8%. But Scottsdale has a good aftermarket, so you can sell that in the aftermarket for more than you could sell it back to them. Anyway, it's more about percentages these days. As silver prices get much higher, the old, dollar back a spot, dollar ahead a spot, whatever, those percentages start to really narrow. Just pointing that out. Okay, what else we got? Golden State Mint deals. And they are $39.05 for a silver round. Secondary market bar, haven't checked this for a while, $39.68 at Monument Metals. And the goose is $40 still. Oh my God, $42 an ounce now for the unlimited Canadian goose. Let's go to the kilo, and the kilo is $12.30 at Monument Metals. All right, and the pick of the day is going to be that Star Privy Eagle. Save up a little money and get one of those. You'll be able to sell it. You could trade it to me if you want. I don't exchange cash. I just trade for product. Let's see, and here we are on eBay. Okay. All right, let's move on to the Silver Eagles and see what we can find. The culls come up first. And anything good here? 40.50 for a cull, about 39.30 out the door for a cull. That beats the dealers. How about a BU? Here's a good seller. Oh, very nice. 2021 Silver Eagles. He's got 925 feedback, 100% positive, $7 shipping. So that's 817. That would put that under 41, and that'd be under 40 for a BU tube of 21 Silver Eagles, and they look good, so that beats the dealers. That beats the dealers with a stick. No tarnish on those. Can't get out of here. Anyway, so that's old Okie coin right there. He only seems to have one of those. What else we got? Well, that's the best deal. That's the best deal. I would just pick that one up if you need eagles. Don't forget about the eagles. Let's see. And what, will the eagles be the next thing to lose their premium? Because, they don't like to melt eagles. They usually carry a pretty high demand. Coin shops like to sell those, but I don't know. If junk's going down, will eagles go down as well? Hard to know. Okay, the rotation of 25 maples, 1,025, not too bad. Britannia's tube of 25, 1,021, not too bad. Kangaroo's tube of 25, 1,035. And Krugerrands are 1,036. So I think it was 1,022. Was it that one? 1,022. All right, that's Pinehurst, and they are BU. Let's check the cheat sheet. 1,022, call it 1,020, out the door, 39.58 if you're needing some kangaroos or whatever that was. All right, let's move on. I think they were, no, Britannia's actually. Let's move on to junk. Oh, Philharmonics, I haven't done those. Philharmonics are about 40.75, about 39.60 out the door from Liberty Coin, BU Philharmonics, a very unloved coin, but nothing wrong with that at all. Let's move on to junk in the trunk, and how cheap can we get it from a small seller? 27.5 times face, and that'd be about 26.7 out the door, and that will be about the same price as the dealer. It might be a little cheaper. Maybe you find something you like here. Let's see if there's something good. Maybe we can get some Mercs. Ooh, there's some Walkers for 28 times face, about 27.20 out the door. Decent looking Walkers. Not bad. Let's see. What else we got? Anything fancy? There's dimes. There's Franklin's, 28.2, about 27.4 out the door. That depends if you're, stacking numismatics. You're hoping for some numismatics here. Can't see any Mercs. Lots of Franklins, but no, I don't see any Mercs. Okay, and how about in a large lot? A large lot of junk is going to be, we don't want the damaged hold or slicked. 27.7, about 27 out the door. The dealer was better on the large lot. So a smaller lot is going to be your better deal. Let's look at a pretty MS65 Carson City Morgan. If you're buying Morgans and Peace dollars in numismatic quality, I suggest you get them in the slab, PCGS or NGC. Don't know what that is, but there we go. That is not a Carson City. Carson City is the one you want to collect if you don't know anything about coins. GSA Horde, okay, that's fine, $4.95. Here's an older holder. This is an 1883. Got a black dot. Nobody wants a Carson City with a black dot. I hear the toned Peace dollars are selling for a lot more money these days. Kind of wish I had collected those instead of the blast white. Yeah, let's do a sort for toned. Let's do a rainbow toned. Let's see what we get here. Watch the price on this. 900 bucks. Ooh, look at that one. Let's find a pretty one. $13.95. Oh, there's a pretty one. $14.95. 1883 Carson City. Interesting. Kind of dappled. Okay, yeah, people really pay up for these toners. There's one there, 1855. Can you believe that? The tone Morgans? Wow. Crazy prices. So you see what the potential is for Carson Cities, right? Let's do the Peace dollars in MS64, authenticated, slabbed. Oh, that's the high relief. Let's not do the high relief today. Let's just do the average old Peace dollar. Sell for 65 bucks or so. But let's add in rainbow. Let's see what the price goes to. Yeah, it went to 200 bucks. 215. Let's find a good one. NGC MS64. 349 for a rainbow toned Peace dollar. 1924. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? That's fun. Let's see. Oh, there's another one there. Look how pretty. $750 for that one. Unbelievable prices on these toners. Otherwise, 65 bucks. Wow, that is so interesting. All right, let's move on to the cheapest. What's the cheapest 5-ounce lib on eBay? I noticed these prices coming up, but you can still get them for $236, $240. That tells me that story is not true. How about the cheapest kilo this morning? Cheapest kilo is $12.53, about $12.20 out the door. That's about the same as the dealer. Your vintage bar of the day is going to be a Homestake Mining Company. Don't buy this, it's $1,850, but there you go. Homestake Mining, 1979. Any bar from the 70s is a keeper, and that's Homestake Mining. Whoa, boy, wouldn't you love to have that? And a bar like that will only go up over time, but I honestly don't know if that's a good price or a bad price. Let's see, and 1-ounce rounds before we get to the gold. 38.60, about 37.50 out the door, about spot on a big lot of 1-ounce rounds, and about 50 cents more in a tube of 20. 100-ounce bar ought to be around spot as well. That is going for a 3-ounce Engelhard, 3,500 bucks. Look at that. Don't you wish your daddy collected those? Man, I'd love to have a big stack of those. 38.65, about 37.50, about spot for the 100-ounce bars as well. Let's go to the Army Privy Eagle, and you can still get these for 200 bucks, guys. So don't think they go for $1,000. About 200 bucks will get you an Army Privy Eagle, and if you don't have one, I think they're totally worth it. Okay, let's move on to the gold. Okay, CPI in about 9 minutes. All right, 1 gram of gold. How cheap can we get that today? We can get that for, what's that, 108? No. We can get that for 121 minus 3%. Use that PayPal credit card or the American Express everyday cash. Check out through PayPal and score 3% back when you're buying big stuff. The bigger the gold, the bigger the savings. 1/10 random gold as cheap as about, I don't know that one, about 364. Yeah, about 364 minus 3%. 1/10 Gold Eagle. Let's get a good deal here. What do you say? 350. I doubt it. 26 feedback seller. We'll skip him. 371 for a 1/10 Gold Eagle. On that one, you take about 11 bucks off. It'd be about 360 for a 1/10 Gold Eagle. If you are looking at the dealer, 1/10 Gold Eagle is going for 360 versus 365. You save $5 if you have that those credit cards. Okay, and went to the wrong place right there. Let's go on to 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle. 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle as cheap as zero feedback. Here we go, $8.95. That'd be about 20 bucks off. They're about $8.75 for a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle. 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle up top is $8.83. You'll save $8 if you buy that with the credit card. And that, I think that was a BU Gold Eagle. Let's go up to 1 ounce random gold. How cheap can we get? Got to get past the gold dust here to get to the real listings. No, that's no good. A lot of fake listings there. And it's a Krugerrand 3452. Be probably under spot after rebate. If you don't like the Krugerrand, you can get a maple. BU maple 3456. Whoa, that's pretty cheap. Maples have been pricey at the dealers lately. That's a good seller. Buy as many as you want, and that will be 3456. That would be 3350 out the door. Check this out, 3350 on this maple here. Link is on my website. Appreciate if you click my links. 3350 versus 1 ounce maple. 3350 versus 3418. You're going to save 70 bucks a coin if you like maples. I'm not sure why you'd buy the maple over the Eagle personally, but the tariffs I think are impacting the maples and the Britannias for some reason. Let me get back to where I should be. Back home. Here's your 1.85 proof gold set. That's about a push with the dealer. Let's see. And here is a Buffalo. Those are over 3,400 at the dealers. And here you'll be out the door at around 3,400 for a gold Buffalo. What do we got? Krugerrands? No, we'll skip that. Commemoratives? Come on, let's get a deal. 858. They raised their price on commemoratives. 20 franc. 20 franc is a Helvetia 659 for the Rooster. And then that would be 20 bucks off, about 639 for that. The 20 franc up at the website is 637. That beats the website. These are only very good plus condition, so those will be ugly. But the one I just showed you, that's also average circulated. You got to pay $3 more. Average circulated, six. You got to pay $10 more to get the BU Helvetia, AUBU. That'd probably come out just a hair more than the dealer for the ugly coin. So you could buy those all day long. Still a good price, very close to spot. Let's see what else we got here. The pre-33, I was going to get into this deeper, and I haven't yet. I need to do a little segment on pre-33 gold. These are 0.9675 ounces of gold, 3366, about 3266 out the door. Maybe $100. No, it's not $100 under spot. It's not an ounce of gold. What am I thinking? Probably right around spot if you did the math. Let's go ahead and do the math. 3366 divided by 0.9675. First price 34.79 times 0.97 with a good credit card out the door, 33.74. Okay, this is what I was shooting for. That's about 30 bucks over spot, over melt. And that is an AU. So you could buy that all day long. Personally, I like the St. Gaudens, and you probably get them in the slab for a couple bucks more. That's cool. All right, and anything else I want to show you here? Let's see, there's my eBay store. You can check that out if you like. Precious Metals Verifier, Food Saver, and the Amex card, great. PayPal card, great. Quicksilver card, great. Saver from Capital One card, great. Check out the PayPal debit card as well if you're looking for savings at the grocery store. Picks of the day, skip them, and moving on to finally, okay, if you like what I'm doing here, thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, very cool. You want to join the membership channel, you'll be in the inner circle. That's $4.99 a month, and you can always buy me a cup of coffee or give me a super thanks if you just want to reward me for something great I found. Thank you very much for being here, and we're going to move on to the CPI in just 1 second, and don't forget the chat room as well. There's always good stuff going on in the chat room. Right there. Okay, and I will be right back. Heard this as well. It would make it impossible to collect modern Libertads. Good info on the return policy. Yeah, you just return whatever you don't want to the U.S. Mint. I mean, if you return the last 4 out of 5 coins you bought from them, you know, then they're going to ban you or something. But you can always send something back there. That's a no questions asked. Just tell them you don't like it. Okay, I'm going to come back with CPI in 1 secundo. All right, here comes Rick Santelli with the breaking news. I'm on the 10-year chart here to see what happens. July Consumer Price Index. See the market selling off already. 10-year dropping already. Consumer Price Index month over month up 0.2 versus estimate of up 0.2, right on the margin. No fear there. So that came in right on target on the month over month. 10-year down 0.02. CPI ex food and energy month over month up 0.3 versus estimate of up 0.3. No, right on target for CPI ex food and energy. Core CPI year over year 3.1 versus 3.0, hotter than expected. Ow, that's going to hurt. 10-year dropping 0.01 at the moment. Core CPI a little bit hot. But 10-year still hanging in there, right about 4.26. And headline CPI year over year, 2.7 versus 2.8, lighter than expected. Okay, that's good news. Lighter than expected equals a lower 10-year. And, well, the 10-year sticking pretty sticky here, but certainly lower short rates. The dollar is going to be down a little bit, I imagine. The dollar came down a little bit. Let's get the 1 day. Yeah, on that headline year over year, the dollar dropped a little bit. The 10-year, interesting. 10-year not moving at all. There are some theories out there by Manarino, for example, that it's actually the government buying the 10-year bonds, suppressing rates at the moment on the long end. So I don't know if that's true or not, but interesting, the 10-year is not moving on a lighter than expected CPI year over year print. Some people feared higher than expected tariffs not roiling the CPI, the inflation data at the moment, if you can trust it. So, wow, well, that's kind of a big nothing. Let's go back and see. I'm going to check this one last time. The 10-year barely moved. It's at 4.27. The dollar moved a little to the downside, 98.37, nothing dramatic. And gold and silver, let me reload. What did it do to gold and silver? Oh, there it is. The big Superman. Gold getting a bid, up $8 to $3,349. And silver starting to move up 14 cents to 37.68. So there you have it. Okay, well, everything pretty much about the same as it was How about the stock futures? Let's see. S&P has gone green, up 1/3%. Dow futures up about 1/3%. Okay, so the markets like it. A little lighter on the year-over-year CPI. Probably get a market rally today. Looks like it'll be good for metals today as well. May not be good for the dollar, and probably won't change the odds of a Fed rate cut in September. That's all I have for you. If you like what I'm doing here, give me a thumbs up, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.